Good evening. Sunday night hope. What is up, guys? Welcome everybody that's in here. What up, Jake? My dude. Glad you're here, brother. Glad you guys are all hopping on. That's awesome. I wanted to talk about the JFT 12-step program I work. Christine, welcome. Welcome, guys. Glad everybody's here tonight. I hope everybody's doing okay. Hope everybody had a blessed Sunday. Hope things are going good. I've been playing around with flyers. I got some things lined up today, which is absolutely amazing. I just actually shared a couple of them. I'll talk about it here a little bit. I'm going to bring up the JFT and read it and share back with my spin on things. Let me figure this thing out again. And we'll get the screen share kicking so you guys can read along with me. All right. December 5th, 2021. Those who want to recover. That is definitely me. We have seen the program works for any addict who honestly and sincerely wants to stop using drugs. How do we know when somebody honestly and sincerely wants to stop using drugs? The truth is that we don't know because we cannot read their minds or know other motives, desires. We simply have to hope for the best. That is so true. We may talk to a newcomer in a meeting and think we'll never see him again, only to find them several years later doing well in their recovery. That's happened to me daily, which is a blessing. We may be tempted to give up on someone who keeps relapsing or doesn't get clean right away, but we must not. No matter how unwilling someone may seem, a simple fact remains: the addict is in a meeting. We may never know the results of our 12-step work. It is not up to us to gauge the willingness of a newcomer. The message we carry is a part of us. We carry it everywhere and share it freely, leaving the results to a power greater than ourselves. Just for today, I will share my recovery with another addict anywhere, anytime, and under any circumstance. I will leave the results to my higher power. Man, that's powerful. That is super powerful, guys. You know, how do we know? We don't. It's so true. We really don't know. I mean, it took me over 20 years for that seed to finally start sprouting. I mean, heck, I'm not putting anyone on the spot, but there's someone right now listening that I used with right here, right now. And I was hopeless and was borderline suicidal. I was a mess. You know, we don't know the addict's motives, desires, wants, needs, etc. That's why it's so important to welcome anyone and everyone, no matter who they are, where they come from, race, age, sexual identity. If you're in that meeting, you are welcome. And that's all there is to it. You know, it's my personal goal, my personal inspiration right now. It's what drives me, is to carry the message of hope. Provide resources to people out there that are needing them, you know, in need, that maybe aren't even aware that they're there. I used to be that addict, especially when I got out of being incarcerated. I had no clue whatsoever, and there wasn't anyone there to help provide them. And that's what I get to do today. Provide those resources and those tools. It's another tool in someone's recovery toolbox. Reaching out and being of service is so important. It is so important. And to never give up. Never give up. You know, I try to personally check on other people daily. There's a small community that I have right now, just say on Facebook Messenger, that I try to reach out to daily and say, hey, what's up? Because you just never know what someone's going through, you know, what kind of day they're having, what's going on with them. It's so important to reach out and just simply say, hey, because I've had that done with me before when I was struggling, and it really, really, really meant a lot to me. It really did. You know, everyone deserves recovery, period. Everyone deserves it, and it's everyone's right to be in those rooms. That's why it's so important to practice step 12 and welcome. All I can do personally today, with me working in the field, I really have to practice this. I have to pray and hope for the best. Because when I'm at work and I'm on the other side of that table, I see the addictive behaviors and I see me in those people. I see myself. But I have to let that go and realize that I can't force recovery on everyone. I can't force it on them. That everyone's recovery looks different. Everyone recovers at a different rate. Everyone gets it at a different time. It's going to happen when it's meant to happen. I can carry the message. I can hopefully inspire and let others know that we do recover and that there is another way. And that's what I'm there for, to carry that message. I have to be willing to put in the work daily and stay vigilant in my recovery, and I am, and I am very grateful for that. I am very, very, very grateful for that. Just having that knowledge that everyone recovers at a different rate and putting myself in their shoes has been a true blessing for me. It's not up. It says it right in the reading. It's not up to us to gauge our willingness, but to practice step 12 and to give back, turn it over to something greater than ourselves, and the way I look at it, it's going to happen when their higher power, when it's meant to happen. It's just so important to plant that seed. I am eternally grateful that old timer in that room 20 plus years ago was welcoming and planted that seed. And I kept coming back despite hating all those damn sayings in the Narcotics Anonymous meeting. They used to drive me insane, but they finally stuck. I finally started getting it. I finally started understanding. And by the grace of God, I kept coming back. I got off the streets. I got out of the chaos, and here I am today, and I'm eternally grateful for where I'm at in my recovery today. I am still a newbie at this. I'm still a newcomer. I'm remaining teachable, and I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I continue to push on and participate in my recovery to the best of my ability. And when I screw up, I screw up. I just admit my fault and I move on. I just try to be a better guy the next day. I'm never going to be perfect. In my opinion, there's only one person, and he's up there, that's perfect. And I am definitely not him, and that's okay. Nor do I want to be. That's for sure. That's why he's the power greater than myself, because I know this isn't a Joe program. This is definitely a we program, and I need each and every one of you guys out there. Believe me, I do. You guys help me as much as hopefully I help you guys or say something that may help. I just continue to be, I continue to share. I continue to be honest to the best of my ability. And sometimes I struggle with that still. I'm telling on myself. I still tell those white lies. Again, I'm not perfect. You just never know who's going to be out there when we share live streams like this, when we share those little sayings that, you see on Facebook or wherever, that someone may need to see or read what you're sharing. That's why it's so important to share, guys. It really is. December 9th, I am going to have a wonderful speaker. This person is a huge influence in my recovery. He was there when I went through my inpatient treatment. His name's Ronnie V, and he's going to share his experience, strength, and hope on December 9th, which is a Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern. I put the link on the pages already. If you haven't already checked it out, check it out. Hit that button so you get a reminder. Hopefully you guys can be there to hear Ronnie's story. He's an amazing guy. He was a huge influence. He used to bring inside meetings into the residential treatment center that I was in. And he brought his experience, strength, and hope weekly, day in and day out for almost the entire 3 months I was there. The man is amazing. I hope you guys can be there to hear it. I put another one in for the following week. I'm going to have the Mikes, the Tennessee Mikes on. Mikey S. and Metal Mike, both from Tennessee, combined 50 years of recovery, guys. These guys are amazing. I hope you can be there on the 16th. I hope you guys can be there on the 9th. It's going to be an awesome night. There's a lot of recovery coming up here the next couple weeks. where I'm going to get to go live with these guys. It's going to be awesome. Please share, guys. Please share the live stream, the page. I appreciate you guys all being here. The more we share, the more we reach, and hopefully the more we help. That's what this is all about, guys. I love you guys. You guys are worth it. You can do it. You guys are definitely loved. Stay positive. Get out of that stinking thinking. Stay positive, my friends. I love you guys. I hope everybody has a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you.